Good morning, everybody. Good morning. From Melbourne, Florida, welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. That would be me. Good to see you here this morning. I've been busy packing, but let's get to it. Let's get to it. First things first, my friends, drink it. Drink it if you got it. To steal a phrase from Coca-Cola, that was the pause that refreshes. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? The pause that refreshes? A lot of those old ads were good, and we don't hear them anymore. We don't hear them anymore. Well, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. I watched Skilts this morning. That was very interesting. Very interesting about the pets. I'm still not completely sold on this raw stuff for humans. For humans. We have probably 1 million years. And I know Kilts and I are going to argue about that. We have about 1 million years of human adapting to cooked meat. Maybe not burnt meat, but for 1 million years, human genetics, I believe, have adapted to the cooked meat that our ancestors ate, where not a single cat or dog or animal ever cooked their meat. And I can understand why maybe the animals might not have the chemistry and the programming that we humans do because of evolutionary adaptation. So there's always that argument to be made. And for that reason, I'm not going to sit around munching on raw fat. Sorry if it cuts a week off my life or a year. But there are certain points that we are going to have to agree to disagree. And I'm kind of anticipating my conversation with my friend Kelsey, because at about 11 this morning, I'm going to be hopping in my car for the 3-hour drive over to Sarasota, and I'm hauling with me cameras and my notebook computer and everything to set up and do my live stream from his studio. I suppose I could probably use his computer, microphone, and everything else. I don't know what we're planning to do tomorrow morning, whether we're going to both be on my stream or I'm going to sit by and watch his stream when he does it, and then he'll sit by and watch my stream and just pop in for a little guest. I have no idea. We'll talk about that this afternoon, but I'll get over there about 2 o'clock. I'm looking forward to it. We texted last night, and I think we're going to have a great time, assuming we don't kill each other first. But I don't anticipate any problems. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm pretty well all packed. I'm hauling more cameras and computers than I probably need to. But if I didn't bring them with me, I would probably wish I had. And it's no big deal. Throw them in the car, so they're there if I need them. I'm going to be coming back here probably tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon. Early enough to beat the rush hour past Disney and everything. So I will probably have to leave tomorrow morning around, I would say, noon at the latest. And when he visited me a few weeks ago, that's when he left. He left here at noon the following day. I think, I don't want to overstay my welcome, but I'm really, really looking forward to it. Because of that, I am going to change the start time on my live stream to 7:15 tomorrow morning, so that he can have time to finish and I can have time to get ready. If you come in early and I don't get started by 7:15, maybe you take an extra 5-10 minutes, hang in there. You're going to see it come up when you log in and says waiting for, and hopefully I won't need any more than 15 minutes to transfer the studio from Kilts to Morning Coffee with Mitch. So I thought I'd get that out of the way and let you know. I'm really looking forward to it. I feel up to it. I'm feeling good. Good energy. Mobility is improving. I think I'll be even better as far as walking around and having strength and energy than when I was there in February for the meetup. That was a couple months ago. Little announcement this morning. Let's see who's here, and who is first. Lady June, first one in at 3. It's so hard to read it. The text is so light on that. 3:42 a.m. from England. And first one in this morning, Mike Seeley, as usual, from Tampa Bay area in Florida. How you doing? Brian Dishel's here early. Good morning to the Mitch Fitz. And we have Jerry Voitrich. Good morning, Jerry. How are you? Mike Seeley Sr. chimed in about 6:30. Good to see you. As always, Rick, as usual, good morning. All the usual suspects are ready with their fingers on the button. Richard Williams from Copper Hill, Tennessee. Good morning, Richard. How are you? And who's next? Tammy Bitarch. Good morning, Mitch and y'all. Mitch Fitz. Good morning to you. Lucy Work is here. Larry Ryan is here. Good morning. Corey Glover is here. How are you? Happy Thursday, Chef Mitch. Yeah, my little cooking videos seem to do a hell of a lot better than some of the other videos I put out there. That was good to see. That bacon and egg one, I think it's got about 15,000 views so far. Wow. Actually got new subscribers from it. Busted the trend of my subscriber count being eroded away a little bit at a time by YouTube. So that's encouraging. I have to do more of those cooking videos. The one I did yesterday was fun. I don't know if I made a mistake or not, but I tried a little experiment. Yesterday. I said, I'm going to do a voiceover narration after I edit the video, because when I do cooking videos, a lot of times there's video that I normally would edit out, but I have to keep it in because there was something I said while I was making it that I didn't want to cut out. And it sometimes makes for much longer videos, and I don't want them to be that long. So I said, since my now world-famous chuck roast video that I made years ago, I did it with that. I just cooked the thing, and then after I edited it, I went and just narrated it. They call that a voiceover. And it works. I said, I'm going to do a voiceover on this chaffle burger and fries. And that wasn't misleading because pork rinds are indeed fried. So I felt justified in that. And after I edited it, I played it back before I did the voiceover, and I said, you know something? If you all know what ASMR is, it means a video with only natural sounds, kind of like how we live. When we cook breakfast, nobody is narrating the steps. It doesn't require it. Everything, we just do it, and there are certain noises that it makes. And there's a incredible genre called ASMR on YouTube where people just let the natural noises. Sometimes there's a little sexual component to it. So, and you know what I mean, if you watch these things. And I said, wow, isn't that cool? Let me try this. I'm going to post this video with no narration. It's pretty self-explanatory what I'm doing. I don't have to actually say, now you put 6 eggs in the bowl. Now, excuse me while I beat my eggs. And now I put the hamburgers in the air fryer. And now I set the air fryer to this temperature for this amount of time. And now I take the chaffles and I put the hamburgers. I said, it's pretty cool. And then I'll just talk at the end and say, take the rest of the day off. And I did that. So I hope I got some interesting comments. A couple people commented. They really liked it. They thought it was cool. Some people say they wondered if my microphone was broken or something like that. I don't know if I'll do it again, but let me know what you thought of that. Let me know what you thought of that. If it's a simple thing to make, it doesn't require step-by-step instructions. The only downside to that is you can't listen to it while you're driving your car. You're going to hear a lot of clanging and banging and stirring and egg breaking. And so I guess either way would work. But I thought I would try that just for fun. It seemed to work pretty good. I don't know how many views it's got. I think it's got a lot of... Let me see how many views that's got. Hang on a second. I can do that. I can look right here and go to content and go to... and it's got over 3,000 views. So not bad for a video where I don't say a word except at the end. All right, where was I? Lori Weitzel, good morning. How you doing? And Steve Rogers from Kansas City. Captain America, how you doing, Steve? Good to see you. Corey Glover says, happy Thursday, Chef Mitch. Yeah, that'd be me. Rough Carnivore from Guam, hello, hello. And Anthony is here. And... the dynamic duo, Lambs first this morning, followed immediately by Robbie. Oh, I lost it. Hang on. What did I do? Robbie, Audrey, there you are. Hi, Robbie. How are you? Good morning to you. Followed by Rick. Rick's chiming in, get the timing down pat. And Marla Kelly, good morning. Good morning. Barry Simon, good Thursday morning. Oh, it's balmy in Massachusetts. Still suffering some detriments to my speech. It's not bad, but I still stumble over a word now and then. And I don't know how much better that's going to get. I rewatched some of my videos. They keep coming up in my feed from a month after the stroke. And my voice, at that time, my voice seemed like it was really recovering, but it reached a certain point where it doesn't seem to be getting much better. Maybe over time it will, but as long as I can talk and as long as you can understand me, I'll keep doing this. Or else I'll start making more of those ASMR videos and just have to write a script and get AI to narrate them, I guess. I don't want to do that. I don't think I'll have to do that. Once I get going, interestingly enough, when I get going on a subject and I stop thinking about the talking, it gets better. Some of my rants Nobody could ever tell I had a stroke. Most people say they can't tell anyway. I can hear it to myself. I hear the slurring. So, it is what it is. We continue to move on, and I'm going to be moving on to Sarasota this afternoon, and I know I'm going to enjoy it. I know that I'm going to enjoy it. Brenda McIntyre, how you doing, Brenda? Good morning from Elgin, Illinois. Don't let your meatloaf. Daily advice, always good advice. Always good advice. Brian Airy, great morning, Mitch and everyone. And here we have Jamie. Good morning, morning. How are you? How are you, my friend? Good to see you, Loretta Nadow. Good morning, darlings. Have a fabulous day. Intend to. Bacon Runner, Donna Ray just got here. Good morning, everyone, and a good morning from Sandy Blythe. I saw your little note on Kiltz's chat that said, have a safe trip, Mitch. So I said, thank you, Sandy. And I don't know, I don't know if Google misspelled it because I dictated it, but you know what I meant. I hope you saw that. Great show on Kiltz today, says Sandy. Yeah, it was very, very interesting. Very interesting to think that what we're doing to these poor pets. And it seems like such a tragedy. Well, what the... If it's a tragedy that our pets are getting sick, what kind of tragedy is it that we humans are getting sick and suffering and dying from all of the same misinformation? That grinds my beans. Yes, sir. My beans seem to get ground an awful lot these days. Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? Everybody's saying hi to each other. We're into the conversations. And Tammy says, Mitch, you're going to have a great time. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, I changed the time. It dawned on me this morning that I need to leave myself a little time for the changeover there. And I went in and edited the video that I had. I already had made up the video yesterday, so it would be there. And I changed the title and the description to 7:15. And after I'm done here this morning, I will go in and re-edit the thumbnail. The thumbnail still says 7, but I'll fix it so it says 7:15 and maybe make it in red or some color that stands out. And it says live from Kiltz's house or Kiltz's place on the thumbnail. So you'll know that it's not the normal morning coffee with Mitch. And I'm going to be a spectator there, sitting there watching. And don't tell Kiltz. Don't tell Kiltz. I don't know if he's going to want... He's got a guest tomorrow, so I think it would be inappropriate for me to act like a guest and keep injecting my 2 cents because he's got a guest and he should pay attention to his guest. But don't tell him. Don't tell him. My secret. I am going to photobomb his stream at one point. And maybe a little rabbit ears or something like that. And then run out. I really want to do that. I really want to do that. So I have no idea how it's going to play out. I absolutely have no idea. I may, at 6 o'clock in the morning when we get started, you may see me stumbling in the background with my cup of coffee trying to wake up. I don't know. I never sleep real well when I'm not at home. So I may end up with a night with no sleep tomorrow and come stumbling out looking for coffee and end up inadvertently on his live stream. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun. Uncle Charlie's here. How you doing, Uncle Charlie? Good to see you. And Sandy says, is Kiltz going to cook? No, he says, he texted me yesterday afternoon. And in his text, let me read it to you. I texted him because I wanted to know if he was back in, because yesterday morning on his live stream, he was still in New York. And I said, well, I hope he makes it back to Florida. But he says, I look forward to seeing you. I'm ending my 4-day fast tomorrow, and we'll have some steak here at the house. Yes, sir. Excuse me. So that's that, Uncle Charlie. I don't, says Sandy. Conversation. Lucy worked like the video with the way it was. Thank you. Appreciate the feedback. Peter's here. Hiya, Peter. Yeah, I'm fine. I went out last night to a rock concert. Wow. Occasionally that happens to me. I try to breathe what I'm drinking instead of actually swallowing it. Who'd you see last night, Peter? Anybody famous? We're still. Put some QQQs in the chat. Put some QQQs in the chat. Get my attention. Anything you want me to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just going to try to keep up with the chat, which is always a hard thing and challenging thing to do. Here. Another comment. Jerry says a video is worth 10,000 words. Thank you. I'm sure YouTube's algorithms scratching their head, wondering, trying to translate the video when there's nothing to translate. I don't know if that helps. If it helps or hurts, I really don't. I gave up trying to figure out what their computers are thinking. Looking for new people, trying to read the chats. And there's a lot of starting up. I'm up to 710 in the chat. Hey, Danny. Hiya, Danny. Good morning to you. Good morning. Somebody new. Bride's Biscuit is here. Good morning, Mitch and family. How are you? How are you this morning? Lori's here. How you doing, Lori? Good to see you, as usual. And Mitch is a wild and crazy guy. Oh, that brings back memories. Steve Martin, his early stuff. Steve Martin's early stuff always had me rolling on the floor. And if you remember that skit from Saturday Night Live, it was Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd. And they played, was it the Fenster brothers? What was their name? And they were wild and crazy guys. Remember that? God, how could... When you remember stuff like that from 40 years ago, you got to marvel at the human mind. And even if you can't remember the name of your mother for some reason, somehow you still remember that stuff from way, way back that made an impression on you for some reason. And you can still picture it in your mind, and you can actually hear in your mind the voices as well. It's incredible. Lewis is here. Hey, Hey, Lewis, I'm fasting too until Friday. Well, slow down, Lewis. No, don't. No, don't. Question from Brian Airy. Mitch, do you fast? I fast every day for at least 19 hours or 20 hours every day. I eat a 3 to 4 hour eating window if I eat more than one meal. And if I eat just one big meal, then I fast for about 23 hours. Is that any better or beneficial than doing a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, 10-day, 15-day, 1 month fast? I don't know. I don't like, it's just not something that I think I never liked it. I've gone a couple days without eating. It didn't bother me, but I enjoy my meals. I mean, and when you got, if I was busy, if I was out working, if I was going nonstop, I'd probably fast more often because I wouldn't be thinking of food or that hungry. But the 1 or 2 meals that I have a day are my daily activity now, preparing them, eating them, and I just enjoy having something to do. So yes, I do eat, but I don't go out of my way to not eat. Am I missing something? Maybe. I could try it, but I have no desire. Just like I don't want to eat raw fat. So, thank you for the question, Brian. Gary, no slow. Did you ever see the photo where I did the rabbit ears on you, Mitch? I was in group photo at the Brazilian steakhouse. I think yes, I remember seeing that. Yeah, got photo bombed. Yep. They call that photo bombing. That became a thing in the age of selfies. And I'm going to do it tomorrow. Unless he tells me he would rather I didn't. But I'm sure he'll find out about it. Hopefully he's watching now or watching the replay of this. But no, that was funny. Yeah, that's what you're going to see tomorrow. 2 wild and crazy guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Rick. No doubt about it. And wow, chatting away. Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Waiting for bone density test result. If it's bad news, I'll get a vibration plate, not medication. Good idea. I use mine 3-4 days a week. I stand on it. I do 15 minutes on it at a medium setting, not the lowest, not the highest. And does it help? Doesn't hurt. So I imagine it does help a little bit. Am I at the bottom of the chat already? Holy cow, what happened? Did the chat stop working? At 7:27, you all decided to stop chatting? No, there comes one. I can't believe it. I know Peter was here, but Peter only made like 1 entry. So wow. There's some John Beatty. Hi, John. How are you? YouTube theory, since they are not promoting and are raising the price for premium, I'm guessing YouTube will charge all a nominal fee, say 99 cents or $1.99 a month. Their audience is huge. They can't charge you any money unless you have a payment method set up. And most people really, believe it or not, do not have a payment. They just watch YouTube. A lot of people watch it as a guest and don't even ever sign in or have an account. So I doubt that they're going to do that. They just keep raising the prices like everybody else. It's a trend in our society. So I can't imagine them charging 99 cents or $1.99. They have to give you something special before they can charge you for it. They have to give you a benefit for that money you're paying. Otherwise, it becomes like cable TV, and they would lose 80% of people that watch YouTube if they did that. So I doubt that. But I wouldn't put it past them to try. I agree with you there. I agree with you there. Lamb says he's still here. Good, because that's the first time that's ever happened to me, to get to the bottom of the chat by 7:30. Very unusual. Do you have nothing to say this morning? Wow. Wow. Yep. I agree with Rick. People will run away. Yep, they will. They will. It's got to be at your discretion. Lori says Mitch is like Romper Room calling out our names. I never heard my name on Romper Room. Yeah, Lori. Well, that's what I do. That's my show. Unless I got something in particular that I want to do kind of a monologue on or go down a rabbit hole. That's the source of what I do. And Rick does that for 4 hours on Saturday. Rick pretty much responds, puts all the chat up on the screen eventually. That's the purpose of these morning live streams. The purpose is, most important purpose is community. Takes away that feeling that there's something wrong with you. Whoa, we have a special caller here. A special telephone caller. Hello.
Hello, Mitch. How you doing?
I'm doing great, but I got an echo.
Are you on your live?
I'm on my live right now, and so are you. So be careful what you say. Keep it clean.
Well, just checking on the travels and give me a text or call later. All right?
Oh, that's right. Well, I can tell you right now. I'm going to be leaving here about 11 o'clock. It's about a 3-hour drive, so I should be getting in at 2. Is that okay?
Perfect. 100%. And I'll see you at the house.
Okay.
You know my address? Ready to send it to you.
No, I got it. I got it in my, I've been there a couple times. I get it in my navigation system. What I will text you, however, in fact, I'll have some of my people. I'll have my entourage text you with my list of requirements in all areas. So maybe you can have
or Mitch or Papa or Sully's.
Listen, I'm going to be as easy a guest as you were at my house. I don't need a thing.
Perfect.
I don't need a thing.
I love it.
All right, my friend. I'll see you this afternoon.
All right, say hi to everyone for me.
Well, you just did. Okay.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wasn't that cool? Yeah. When these movie stars travel, these famous people, they have entourages that go a day or two in advance, and they have lists of requirements of things that they absolutely need. Special food, special soap, special linens in their hotel room, an endless supply of whatever snack food that they like. Rules, do not disturb at this hour or that hour. They're a pain in the ass. When Kilson came to see me the other day, he walks in. You hungry? No, I'm fine. Where am I going to sleep? How about that cat? Perfect. I mean, what a house guest. What a pleasure. And I'm the same way. Just give me a place to crash. I'll either sleep or I won't, but I'll survive either way. I'll either eat or I won't. I can certainly survive a day or two without food. We carnivores, our requirements for life are much simpler and more realistic than most people. Well, that was cool. Thank you for being a special guest on my show today, Robert Kiltz, MD. Where was I? Brian Harry says, a weird observation. I noticed that in several groups, the chat slowed down over the last couple of weeks. Well, you know, we'll see. I haven't noticed that. Maybe a little bit, because I've been getting done at about 8:15, but then I have a propensity to pontificate on things. We only got so much to talk about. We only got so much to talk about. We do have a few really prolific chatters that can fill up the chat all by themselves. And if they're not around, the chat doesn't fill up as much. I like when they're here. You all know those that I'm talking about, and that's fine. That's fine. The commercials are getting out of hand. So many they are putting in to force you to watch them. Non-skip on some. Well, John, you don't get those commercials on my videos or my live streams. You shouldn't be getting them. We have a choice. At least we still have a choice to run what they call mid-roll ads. I never do that. The advertising revenue is next to nothing because I don't do that. But I hate that, and I don't want to force it on anybody, and you shouldn't be seeing them. So if YouTube is putting ads in the middle of my content, either a video or a live stream, it's out of they've taken it out of my control. And there's nothing. Yeah, John B. says, I got 2 commercials before your live stream. Yes. If I tell them not to do that, they do it anyway. They've already decided they have the option to run commercials if I don't want them, and they don't have to pay me. So rather than give up my $3 or $4 revenue that I make from those before and after commercials, I do allow them to run those. But during my live stream, you should see no commercials whatsoever. And if you do, let me know. Let me know, okay? Because the way I understand it, they're not supposed to do that. They do it everywhere else, especially Amazon. God, that pisses me off. You subscribe, you pay a bunch of money to be an Amazon Prime member so you can watch things with no commercials. Then they started inserting commercials. Just changed their policy. It's their company. They can do whatever they want. But at the same time, they raised the price for the Prime membership. Used to be, as a veteran, I could get it for like $79 a year. Well, that went away. Now it's $140 a year. I like the free shipping. I like the music. I use their music. And I like the Amazon Prime TV, although I had to buy the Paramount Plus subscription for $12 or $13 or $14 a month, because most of what I wanted to watch was on Paramount Plus. And I have to pay them. It started out at $2.99 a month, and I think it's up to $4.99 a month additional. So I don't have to watch their commercials now on Amazon. What's the tipping point? When do I say F you and unsubscribe from the whole mess? I added up all these stupid subscriptions and things, and I figure as long as it's less than $100 a month and I'm getting some benefit out of it, I'll continue to do it. But it's going to reach a certain point, like it did with me in cable TV, where I just cut the cord and said, take your cable and stick it. 20 to 30 minutes of ads every every hour on every program, whether it be a news or a movie. I'm not paying for cable service, and then, which I bought in the first place so that I didn't have to watch broadcast TV's ads every 2 seconds. And we all have our own threshold. Just when is it going to be where I tell them to go to hell and find some other way to live my life? And it's like an addiction. It's creep. They push you to the point of can't push you anymore, and then they back off until you get used to that. Then a year later, after telling you how much they hate to do this, how much they hate to raise the price, they're forced because Amazon and Google simply are just not making enough money. Google especially, eBay, YouTube, PayPal, advertising everywhere, grabbing 3% of this, 2% of that, 5% of the other thing. 10% of every transaction on eBay. And the poor babies just aren't making enough money. Wow. I'm going to start a GoFundMe page for Google. Just give them all the money, because maybe next year they won't raise their prices. Fat chance. Fat chance. I agree. I'd leave in a heartbeat if YouTube ever charged for basic. That's why we have advertising. And that's kind of a deal we've made with media companies since the very beginning. I remember the first time I went into a movie theater. This is a long time ago. But I remember the first time I went into a movie theater, paid for the ticket, sat down in my seat, and then, while I was waiting for the movie to start, they started showing commercials. 10, 15, 20 minutes of commercials. I said, well, as long as you start the movie on time, I'm not going to bitch about it, but I know that I felt a little put out. I said to myself, why should I have to pay to watch somebody else's commercials? Their rationale for it was, we have to make money somewhere. If we don't show these commercials, we're going to have to charge more for the tickets. Poor me. So, I guess in some respects, I'm kind of guilty of that as well. We work, those of us who do this YouTube, we work, we spend money, we pay subscriptions, we buy equipment, we spend time. So I can understand why a company feels justified in getting paid for what they provide. If it's something of value to somebody, our whole world is built on what they call quid pro quo. You trade something for something. That's what that means. Quid is money. Pro quo for something. Money for something. So I'm guilty too. I do a few things that are designed to help me out and raise a little money. Unfortunately, none of them raise enough money to make it worthwhile, so I do it for the love of it. But the money helps, especially today after I just got done paying last year's taxes, my first quarter estimated taxes, and it wiped out my checking account. So I put in the chat the links to my Amazon page. I've been doing that I did that a couple days ago. I looked this morning on my earnings from Amazon, and in 2 days, the last 2 days, I earned $4 and a few pennies. Better than nothing, I suppose. I talk about buy me a coffee, things like that, and people think that everybody should be giving away their time and their expertise and their entertainment value for free. Okay, I've already resigned myself to the fact that I'll never make anything significant out of this, but you can't. If I can't hold it against people for wanting to get paid for what they do, I hope you don't hold it against me. It's not set up. You ask anybody on YouTube other than the big stars like Ken Berry and them, if they're making any money that actually they could make more money with a better use of their time, you'll find it's true. They're not designed. In fact, shame on Google, they basically use us without rewarding us appropriately so they can have a platform to run all their ads, which I'm sure they get paid very well for. And it's an insult to me whenever they raise their prices. I'm not going to be very compassionate and understanding about somebody that's already making too much money exploiting the people that are their customers. Anyway, call that a rant today. Yes. Rant man. Well, I've succeeded in not being at the bottom of the chat anymore. That's true. That's true, Rick. Many YouTube creators, including me, have their own sales pitches. Yes. Yes. I don't condemn them for that. If they're frauds, it might be, but no, I don't condemn them from that. No more than I condemn anybody who provides me any kind of a service that I get any kind of benefit, no matter what it is from. I don't mind paying for it. I tip the waiters, I tip the delivery drivers, I tip the Uber drivers. I feel like the company they're working for is not paying them enough. Is using them too to profit from. Yeah. Kathy says I can press the YouTube skip button. Yeah, I always skip those things. I have two accounts. I have my Old Guy Carnivore account. That account is not premium. My original first Google account, long before the drone days, long before the carnivore days, is a different email address. The name is just Mitch. That's the one that I have that has the premium, where I don't have to watch ads. It was the first one I enrolled in the premium before the Old Guy Carnivore thing even got going. So I keep that. So when I happen to be signed into a YouTube account, like I am now, on my monitor screen, when the show first starts, an ad pops up, and I hit the skip button. So I'm very familiar with the skip button. Sharon says, hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. Why not? Doesn't cost you anything. I don't know if it does any good. They say, you know, the experts and everything, they say that they say hit the like and subscribe and refer to. Everybody pitches for that all the time. I don't really care. Never thought much about it. It's nice if you hit the like button. Maybe it does some good. Maybe it doesn't. I could sit from morning to night and watch videos from hundreds of different creators that tell me how to get more views and how to do this and how to grow and none of that stuff actually works. They change the algorithm every day, trying to change their philosophy, because their goal is to get more views overall. They don't particularly care whose video they're showing. YouTube does not personally care about any of us. They care about the sum total of watch time from the billions of subscribers and how to maximize that. And some of the tricks they try terribly hurt individual channels, but boost certain areas that increase their overall bottom line. And the carnivore niche is not one of the most profitable niches for YouTube. So they take the politically correct way out and throttle us. Rick says, I got a phone in line too. Yeah, no, that's my personal phone number. I'm not giving that out. Not, although Kiltsy does. That's ballsy, I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. My chat has increased, not slowed down, says Rick. Well, that's because you have a different kind of show. And you're such a charming and interesting person, Rick. You're one of the few carnivore people I watch anymore, even if it's not the whole thing. Does that mean that you're a curiosity? No doubt. No doubt. But a lot of people are interested in things besides carnivore that you talk about, Rick. Maybe they're watching because of Milton's Annex. Maybe it's the Milton Show with Milton's pet Rick. I don't know. But it's entertaining. It's entertaining and diverse, and I think that's important. Talk about a lot of different things. You can't just keep saying eat meat, eat meat, eat meat. People get bored. I've learned that. Who is this? Who is this? Kathy B. here. Good morning. I'm here just listening while working. Well, good to have you here, Kathy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, Rick gets a lot of comments. When you play catch up, the whole stream. That's what I usually do. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm now 15 minutes behind in the chat. See? Something woke you guys up. And there's Peter. I missed Kiltsy show this morning. How was it? It was interesting, Peter. It was interesting. He had a vet on talking about cats and dogs and how we're killing them, cutting their lives in half, making them suffer by feeding them this kibble crap. And Sandy said it was great. It was a good show this morning. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Brian's because talking about Kiltzer show this morning. Raw glycocalyx, post-translational modification. Did I miss anything? Well, yeah, they did. They did get into other areas this morning. It was very interesting, but that's funny. I like that. I like that. That's very funny. Kathy, YouTube thinks I'm a 60-year-old guy and gives me ads for such a person. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, but I don't. You'd think they target the ads. I don't even pay attention. I don't even remember what they are anymore. I don't even listen to them. I very rarely watch YouTube from the Old Guy Carnivore channel. Only time I actually use that login is if I know I'm going to be chatting. And I chat in very few places. I log into Rick's show as Old Guy Carnivore. I log into Butter Bob's stuff in case I happen to want to leave a comment or chat. But most of the time I sit and watch YouTube as Mitch. Mitch, at this current point in my history, has six subscribers. It's my original channel. Nobody other than my kids and a few people that I knew had any reason, because when I first signed up for YouTube, it was only to watch it, not to actually make videos. Then I went into the cigar business, and I have a YouTube channel, and it's still out there, called Palomino's Cigars. And there's 3 videos on that channel that are still there, and I just left it up. Me traipsing all over the Dominican Republic. They're funny. They're entertaining videos. You should watch them. Palomino, Palamino Cigars. I never log in onto that anymore, but I did post the 3 videos on that channel, and they're there. And they're there. Let me see if I can find it. YouTube.com. Search for Palomino Cigars. Palomino Cigars. Let's see. There you go. It's shot in our factory. We shot in our factory down in Dominican Republic. It's about making cigars. How about that? So they're out there. Palomino Cigars. Palomino Cigar Factory. Yep. Palomino Cigar Videos, it's called.
This is U.S. Connecticut. Oh.
At any rate,
Oh, look, it's beautiful.
you want to see how cigars are made, how we made them in our factory? By all means, go see them. And let me get back to me. You never know what you're going to see here on Morning Coffee with Mitch. How about that? And in the process, I managed to... oh, there I am. Okay, I didn't wipe it out. All right. Where was I? I see a question. A question from Robbie Autry on the subject of when we skip a meal or two. Why does this seem to not bother me when we do not eat? Is it because we do not have any sugar in our systems? Have a safe trip. Well, I think the biggest confusion, at least in my theorizing opinion, is that we think, when we talk about sugar, we think about just one thing, sugar. And when you said, I don't have any sugar in my system, that's not true. That's not true. Your system is loaded with sugars. You're built out of sugars. Listen to Kiltsy. Sugars are everywhere in your body. The glycocalyx he talks about. Anything with the word glyc. The glycerol backbones in your triglycerides, which is the way we transport fat. We are made of sugar and fat and amino acids. The difference between a sugar molecule and a fat molecule is in the arrangement of the three different elements they're made of. Sugar and fat are made of the same exact building blocks. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbon and water. Everything. Everything in our body, except for where the trace minerals are used, is basically carbon, water and carbon. Hydrated carbon. Carbohydrate. Fat, by definition, if you use the word carbohydrate, is a carbohydrate. It is a hydrated carbon. The difference is when you arrange those three different types of molecules differently, they either react with water or they don't. If they don't react with water, they're not water soluble. That's why it's so easy for the body to convert things. It has these pathways that move the atoms around over a series of steps and turn a fat into a sugar. Sugar is water soluble. A fat is not. We confuse the basic chemistry when talking about sugars with dietary sugar and what happens when we digest it in our digestive system. That's where the problems come from. It's not the sugar that's in our system. We're built out of these sugars that spike insulin. It's the sugar that we consume, that we stuff in our mouth as it's processed, that is causing these sugar-related disorders and allergies and things that give us diabetes and heart disease and everything else. The other sugars that are in our body are necessary for us to live. And because of that reason, we don't need to eat sugar because we have the machinery to convert all that other stuff into sugar. Gluconeogenesis is one of those processes. So we confuse the two so often. So often we talk about, well, I'm not eating sugar, so how come I don't need to eat everything? Whatever. The question that you ask is based on an assumption that you have no sugar in your body, and that's not the point. The point is, do you need to eat sugar? And the answer is no. It's not an essential nutrient. The word essential is misunderstood as well. So we throw all these terms around, and unless we become a biochemistry major, a PhD biochemist, or you're like Mitch, you've been curious since you've been 3 years old, how it works, we use words in the wrong place and in the wrong context. And I hope I'm making you understand this. The reason that your hunger isn't rearing its ugly head after missing a meal or two is that you are adapted to metabolizing fats. And you have plenty of fat in you. You have plenty of fat in your gas tank. Your hormones are healed and are balanced. The leptin that's put out by your fat cells causes you to feel satiety. You're not eating sugar, so your blood sugar is not going up and down and up and down and up, triggering insulin, which puts you in fat storage mode and all the other things. The net end result is you don't eat sugar. After a while, you're going to be able to fast, and you're going to be able to go days without eating, without getting that ravenous, I'm getting dizzy, I'm going to faint from low blood sugar. That will not happen to you anymore. And that's why carnivores, after 3 weeks, 4 weeks on it, start losing their cravings and don't get those I'm starving to death signals every 2 hours. That's purely low blood sugar causing that, high insulin causing that. It stimulates the hormones that stimulate hunger. if you're not eating sugar, you will not. That is not a normal metabolic state for humans, but unfortunately, it has become the normal metabolic state for 99% of the humans in this country anyway. And we're the exception to it. So yes, it's perfectly normal. Perfectly normal. And because dietary sugar isn't causing all of these wild swings in hunger and everything else, your body's still making plenty of sugars, and they're an integral part of every pathway that we have. So without getting in ridiculous biochemical detail, I hope that explanation makes sense. Don't confuse sugars that you eat with the fact that the body can use sugars in its normal metabolism that do not regulate your hunger hormones or satiety hormones in any way. I don't know if that was such a great explanation, but it was a good question. A whole course could be developed around that. And the word essential, I touched on that, so let me explain that too. The word essential, you hear we use that word all the time. Is it an essential nutrient? Is that an essential amino acid, for example? And that's the place you hear the words used most often. When we talk about essential, when we're talking about human health, we're talking about, can we make it, or do we have to go somewhere externally to find it and consume it in order for us to be properly, have proper nutrition? When it comes to amino acids, proteins are made up of amino acids. There are 20 of them. That's it. Just like there's 3 elements that make up most of living chemistry, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, there are 20 amino acids that in various combinations make all the proteins in the machineries of life, and then they're changed a little bit by post-translational modification and end up making a million different versions of all these proteins. And these proteins are basically the machines of life, or the catalysts of life, or the enzymes of things that do things or assist things in the body. Out of the 20 amino acids, there are 20 amino acids total. We have the pathways and the chemistry to manufacture 11 of those. Or is it 9 of those? I don't think about this a lot. Either way, if we manufacture them and we don't have to search for food that contains them, using the definitions of essential, the amino acids that we don't have to hunt for or eat are not what we call essential amino acids. When we say something is essential, we're basically saying we have to eat it. We have to find it elsewhere. That's why sugar is not essential. We manufacture sugar in every form that we need for life without having to eat not a molecule of sugar. Sugar is not essential. Fiber is not essential. And there are, is it 11? Maybe 11 or 9. 11 amino acids that are labeled essential. And that means the only way we can get them is to eat them. They are essential. So essential talks about where we have to get involved in it, hunt for it, find it. Fortunately, when you eat beef, it contains every essential amino acid that you need, so you will be properly nourished. If you eat broccoli, sorry, you're not going to get those essential amino acids. So that's what essential means. And when people say, how many grams of sugar is essential to eat? The answer is 0. So that's a word that is often used exactly the opposite of what it means. It doesn't mean essential. It means that you need to find it somewhere else. It's essential that you get off your ass and go out and hunt. Hope that makes it clear. Hope that makes it clear. It's very hard to sometimes to describe these very complicated things in simple terms. Maybe I'm not the best teacher. I try. Peter was talking about Kelsey's show yesterday with John Laspina. Yeah, that was a wild ride. John had that deer in the headlights look many times. Kelsey was in rare form yesterday. All right, let me get through this. We are at 8:11. Not bad, not bad. I got to start getting ready to go on the road here. I will look for any more questions. 740. I managed to get myself way behind in the chat. See, all you got to do is tell you guys, hey, chat more. Peter's chatting. That's one of the things. Peter and Rick keep the conversation going. Nothing wrong with that. Question: did you watch Butter Bob's and Grandma last night? No, I didn't. I'll watch the replay. I like Barb. I like Barb. I didn't even know they were on last night. I know Bob has a live stream on Sunday. I can't keep up. Honestly, God, I can't keep up with it. I'm sure Bob is too busy to keep up with me, too. That's the problem. Too many people, too many videos, too many live streams, not enough time, especially if you're trying to make videos and live streams. We just can't watch it all. Just can't watch it all. You become a YouTuber, before you know it, you're sucked into a full-time job, 60 hours a week of work, especially if you're making videos and editing videos. Can't do all that and watch all my friends at the same time. I wish I could. I wish I could see every one of your videos, every minute of them. Be in the chat and comment away. Can't do it. Can't do it. Who is this? Brian. Good morning, Brian. How are you? Let me catch up here. Question. OldGuyCarnivore. Mitch, did you get my coffee? Brian. No. Didn't get any coffee. Did you send me coffee? I got a notice in my email from the post office, informed delivery, about 3 days ago, that there was I could expect a package. And it said it was awaiting third party, something like that. And the next day it disappeared. It went away. And it's not there now. So I don't know. Let me know what you sent me, if you sent me anything. It might have gotten lost or post office screwed up. I don't know. That's the first time that ever happened. I don't know if I saved a link to that. No, I didn't. Sometimes I put a link on my desktop to a shipment that I'm with a tracking number that I'm waiting, but I don't see that. So Brian, if you sent me some coffee, I didn't get it yet. I'll look out for it though. But I don't have any notification of any shipping. Of course, I don't know how it was shipped. All I knew from that first notice was that it was coming from someplace in Georgia. Now that might have been a waypoint in the way, because they get 2 or 3 different shipping companies involved in one shipment now, and they hand them off. So you never know. You never know until it shows up on your doorstep, and that's assuming the mailman doesn't put it on the wrong doorstep, because I get my share of those things too. All right, I got to get going here. There, I thought I was going to have an update. Yes, got to the bottom. Lori Weitzel. Did BMAT mean bought you a coffee? Oh, is that what you mean? Yes, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Where's my head this morning? Yes, Brian, I got it. So that solves that mystery. Brian bought me 5 coffees. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brian. The next one, have a good time in Sarasota. Thank you very much. Buy me a coffee is the furthest thing from my mind this morning. So thank you very much, Brian. I really appreciate that. Very nice of you. That will help pay for a little of the gasoline that it's going to take me to get there. At $4.19 a gallon is what it cost me the other day when I filled up my car. Wow, wow, wow. I don't do a lot of driving, so I don't have to fill up very often, but that was a shock. That was a shock. So my friends, thank you so much for hanging in there with me this morning. I will see you tomorrow morning from Sarasota. I'm sure I'll survive the night, have to survive the drive. It's going to be a big adventure for me. I'm not used to this, but I'm looking forward to it. Say goodbye to your friends in the chat. Well, happy music for you. Rick says, I cut way back on my driving. Yeah, who can afford gas like this? Yeah, Lady June says, bye all. Lori Weitzel is dancing and singing. And Lori says, look at that. Me and Mitch solved a mystery together. Teamwork. Teamwork. Thank you so much. I don't know why I didn't think of that. It's because I'm probably thinking about all the things I got to do as soon as this live stream ends. Have a great day, says Don Shanger Lambs. Have fun, Mitch. Have a great day, all Bride's Biscuit. Peace, family. Rough Carnivore, yay, goodbye, Mitch and all. And Jerry Hall is applauding. Mike Silly Sr., have a good day, everybody. Have a safe trip. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm going to call it a day. Let's call it Thursday. That's a good day. We'll call it Thursday. Should I wait for the music to end? Yeah, why not? Why not? Here it comes. Yep. Take the rest of the day off, everybody. See you tomorrow morning. In the meantime, eat meat.